Hi there, it's Nicole Lee, Health, Beauty, and More. I know a lot of people are hearing that they need to get flu shot. Do you really want to get that flu shot? Do you know what's in a regular flu shot? Let me give you a few facts. Egg protein is in there. Some people are allergic to eggs. Gelatin can cause allergic reactions, and that's in there, and even anaphylaxis associated with sensitivity to egg or gelatin. Polysorbate 80, which can cause severe allergic reactions, including anaphylaxis. Formaldehyde, it's a known carcinogen. Triton X100, a strong detergent. Sucrose, or table sugar. Resin, known to cause allergic reactions. Gentamicin, that's an antibiotic. Thimerosal, yes, mercury is still in multi-dose vials of flu shots. Do they work? Flu shots do not work in babies. In a review of more than 51 studies involving more than 294,000 children, it was found there was no evidence injecting any child between the 6 to 24 months of age with a flu shot was any more effective than a placebo. In children over 2 years, it was only effective and is 33% of the time in preventing the flu. This references in Vaccines for Preventing Influenza in Healthy Children, the Cochrane database of systematic reviews. Okay, not effective in children with asthma. A study of 800 children with asthma, where one half were vaccinated and the other did not get the vaccination. Two groups were compared with respect to the clinic's visits, emergency department visits, and hospitalization for asthma. The conclusion: the study failed to provide evidence that the influenza vaccine prevents pediatric asthma exacerbations. Reference Christy C. at ARC-DIS Child 2004, August 1989. Okay, not effective in children with asthma. Another report shows the same thing. Reference American Thoracic Society, the 105th International Conference, May 15th, 2009 in San Diego. Not effective in adults. In a review of 48 reports, including 66,000 or more adults, vaccinations of healthy adults only reduced the risk of influenza by 6%. Yes, that's very small. But it did reduce the number of missed work days by less than 1 day. It did not change the number of people needing to go to the hospital or take time off work. This is another reference at the Cochrane database of systematic reviews, Vaccines for Preventing Influenza in Healthy Adults, Issue 1, 2006. Not effective in the elderly. In a review of 64 studies and 98 flu seasons for the elderly living in nursing homes, flu shots were non-significant for preventing the flu. For elderly living in the community, the vaccines were not significantly effective against influenza. This is an ILI or pneumonia either. The reference: Vaccines for Preventing Influenza in the Elderly, the Cochrane database of systematic reviews. Issue number 3, year 2006. What about the new swine flu shot? A new report from a WHO advisory group predicts that global production of vaccine for the novel H1N1 influenza virus could be as much as 4.9 billion doses a year, higher than previous estimates. The report says that vaccine makers are expected to produce about 780 million doses of flu vaccine for the Northern Hemisphere's 2008 to 2009 flu season for the United States. 350 million doses would be ready by June 30th, 430 million by July 31st. Question: is mandatory vaccination possible? It has been in the past, in different years. 1946, they made it mandatory. April 2003, For SARS, April 2005, there was an EO 13295 amendment to include influenza caused by novel or re-emergent influenza viruses causing or having the potential to cause a pandemic. The power to quarantine was delegated by the President to the Secretary of HHS to be determined at his or her discretion. The Secretary of HHS, Human and Health Services, was given the power to arrange for apprehension and examination of persons reasonably thought to be infected. A cough or fever could put a person at risk for being quarantined for an extended period of time and without recourse. January 28, 2003, the introduction of Project BioShields during Bush's State of the Union address. This created a permanent indefinite funding authority to develop medical countermeasures. Goes on and on, okay? So what are you going to do about it? Here's some suggestions. You might have to do some research on your own, though. Give this information to everybody you love and anyone you know. Contact the local responders like EMTs, paramedics, firemen, and let them know what is in these shots and that they will be the first ones to get it. Contact your local police. Discuss concerns about mandatory vaccination. You go to church and you go to the grocery store with these folks and their kids and they play with your kids. They're not scary people. Take them coffee and donuts to get in to the door. Contact the local city council members about liberties and constitutional rights to refuse what is inserted or injected into your body. Or write a small article for local community newspapers. Watch for samples on www.drtempenny.com. You can do something. You may not be able to do everything, but you can do something. As stated years ago by Margaret Mead, never doubt that a small group of individuals, thoughtful, committed citizens, can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has. This is Nicole Lee with Health, Beauty, and More.